What's up, everybody? It's Dre Trades here, and we're going to talk about a hot stock. We're going to talk about Peloton. That's right. It's hot. I feel it's going to be hot. I think it's gonna stay hot. Yeah, and I'm going to show you why I think the stock is going to go a lot higher, and I'm going to show you exactly where I think it's going to go. And I'm going to show you exactly what I'm seeing. So go ahead and like this video, subscribe, because this is a new thing I'm going to start doing on the channel. It's basically, I'm going to talk about I'm going to talk about stocks, man. I'm going to talk about what stocks I think is going to just pop and be able to make us money. And I can't be putting out these videos every day because I don't see everything, right? Just the believers, right? I'm not going to just reach for stuff to make a video. And generally it'll be stocks that I'm in, and I'm in the Peloton, and I got even longer today. So let me show you exactly what I see. First of all, here it is. FinViz, one of my favorite charts, and we're going to look at it on Thinkorswim as well, but I really want to pull up FinViz, right? FinViz, so you could see, because they draw the little lines for you can see the trend line, still on trend, right? And then you got the little triangle action. You see how it broke, right? The downtrend, it's broken it, right? And even bounced off of it, right? And now it's going higher. This is the daily. Now, you have a lot of people, you have a lot of non-believers still in Peloton, still don't believe in Peloton. Gosh, I can't even say it because they believe it's a bicycle. Let me tell you something, it's not a bicycle. It's a lifestyle. And when these guys, we need these people to not believe in it, because they're going to be the drivers to cause the stock to go higher. And you can see the short float, 5.59%. So that's going to help us. It's not much, but it's a little bit more than average, help us get this stock price higher. So let's go to Thinkorswim. You can look at today's actions. It's 10:20 a.m. and it's having actually a good day. It's up 3.25%. If you look over here to the left, you can kind of see that's the minute chart, and right, opened, kind of went down, and then boom, right off the low. So I kind of like what's happening today, but that's not what we're going to focus on. We're going to focus on a bigger picture. So I'm going to go ahead and close that out, and let's just look at what's happening. You can see I have all kinds of lines drawn. Trying to figure this stock out because I'm always kind of looking at what's happening, but we're going to make this simple. And I'm going to delete all of this, right? Get rid of all my drawings, and I'm going to make it kind of simple in what I'm looking at. First of all, the last consolidation was over here, right? And I love these consolidation patterns because once it leaves that area, it's set up for an explosion. Now that explosion could be from the upside and the downside, but since it exploded up right there, we could kind of get in the trade and ride that wave up. Now, if it would have done the same thing going down, you got to ride the wave down, right? So we had the explosion going up. So I'm going to call that the base, right? Now let's draw some lines. All right, so we have this. This is basically a simple A, B, C pattern, or A to B, B to C, C to D pattern. That's A. We'll just call it A. And this is B, right? And this is C. This is going to be C. C is in development right now. So what I'm seeing, if this turns out to be a good ABC pattern, the stock has a lot higher to go, right? And I'm liking everything I see. I got the slow stochastic turning. I still got the fast moving average over the slow. And we learned from FinViz, it broke the downtrend and it's still on the uptrend line. All right, so if this is the correct A to B, B to C, C to D pattern that I believe is developing, what is going to happen is that the C leg should be about the same length as the A leg. All right, so what is that length of the A leg? So let's measure it from right about there, the top of that base, right? That's consolidation to the top. That looks like it was 65 points to the upside. Wow, we did that in 52 days. Now, I'm not saying we're going to do the same thing in 52 days, but I am going to say we're going to go up 65 points. All right. So now if this pattern is working out the way I see it to work out, let's measure it from the bottom. Let's measure this leg and let's go up 65 points, right? So 65 points will bring us right here at the 151. So 150, 151. So basically, I'm saying I believe Peloton is going to 150. I'm going to go ahead and just round it off to 150. Nice round number. Generally, there's some resistance, even though it would be it'll be really no resistance because it'll be making all-time highs, but people like to sell at round numbers. So let's just go ahead and round it off to 150. And right now Peloton is trading at 125. I say we go up another 25 handles to 150, right? So I'm liking Peloton as a trade to 150. What could be a catalyst? Well, catalyst could be this earnings coming up. The earnings they do the report on February 3rd after the market. Now, generally in the past, because I've been trading the stock, it runs up into earnings and it seems like it sells off after earnings. Kind of like once it reports, it'll actually might be up 10%, but then the next day it's going to sell it all off. It's been doing that for the last couple of days, last couple of earnings. You can see it right here. Look at those tails. So basically, it caught traction and kind of went higher after that. And the same thing happened here. You can see that tails, right? It kind of came back down, caught traction and going higher. So I think we can run into earnings just like it did in the past. Maybe even bring us to that 150. And then maybe after earnings, we reach 150 or whatever. But I'm thinking we're going to be around my little estimate, somewhere around earnings, right around this area. And look, if you noticed, you see earnings, you see I drew the trend line. Look how it sits right on the trend line. Isn't that amazing? It's sitting right there. It's like if we follow this trend line up, it brings us up to 150 right at the earnings. So I'm in this trade. I'm generally not a call buyer. I'm generally not. I already own the 100, 200 call spread leaps. All right. So I decided to just go ahead and buy a call that expires after this earnings. I think that's the February 19th. Let me see where we at. Yeah, February 19th, 19 Febs. That should hold earnings. The strike before that is 29 January. So that's not soon enough. All right. So we need the 19 Febs, and that's the one that will encompass earnings. One good thing about buying the options that expire after earnings is they're not gonna disintegrate that fast. All right. Even if the stock because it knows that the stock can pop big time. Right. So they're not really going to disintegrate. They'll go up if the stock's going up, and they'll go down if the stock, but they kind of trade a little different because the volatility is in those options. All right. And they know that this stock could pop 10, 15, whatever it's due to pop. So I'm in those options. I'm in those calls, and I'm not saying I'm going to hold it after earnings. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. But generally, I'm thinking I'm going to hold it up till earnings, possibly get out, or maybe even sell a further out call right at earnings to protect me from the downside and maybe get some of that little upside that I can kind of anticipate after earnings. But all I can tell you is I'm in now, and I'll make another decision when earnings time is, which is February 3rd. Now, maybe I'll do another video and give an update on that trade. So that's what I see. Now, remember, this is just an estimate. This is Dre Trade saying, hey, man, I think this is going to happen. But the stock market, man, the stocks can do anything they want to do. You always got to remember that. There ain't no guarantees. This thing could drop 20 points tomorrow, right? It just no guarantees. All you can do is look at the price action and kind of give a good estimate on what is going to happen. So that's my analysis on Peloton. Let me know what you think. And you could do that just by liking a video. Just like it. Boom. And I'm like, oh, yeah, they liked it. They must think I'm going to be correct. Oh, hey, put in the comments if you think I'm wrong. Put in the comments if you think Peloton is just a bike. Because none of that even matters. We're just looking at the stock and the stock chart. I don't care what they do. All right. You could put, I was going to say XYZ BA company behind this. And I'm looking at the chart and I'll still be saying the same thing about them. All right. So it's all just about the charts. But anyway, if you want to kind of put some, what the company does behind it, let me know what you think. Do you think it's a bike or whatever? Just put whatever and we can talk about it possibly in the next video. Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell even, because I go live. And I want to talk to you when I go live because you guys give me content, right? I want to know what you're talking about or what you're thinking about, and then we can have a conversation behind that as well. So thanks for watching. This is Dre Trades. And before I go, I want you to look at, this is the weekly, by the way. I love looking at weekly charts. Look at how the stochastic is starting to go up. Look at the crossover. Look at the crossover right there. So this is actually, if you're looking at the slow stochastic, the perfect buy point. It was actually more right here, right? Possibly when it broke that high. But I think it's still safe to get in. We'll see if this plays out. I'll keep these lines up until earnings. And then when it's up here, I'll say, I told you so. And then if it's down here, I'll say, oh God, F that trade up. All right, so thanks for watching this Dre Trades. I'm out.